This year's theme is End Racism, Build Peace.
Amen.
Peace isn't simply the absence of war. Peace requires justice, and justice needs equality. We invite you to join efforts towards a world free of racial discrimination, a world where compassion and effort overcome hatred and greed. It is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, our intrepid, endearing, and delightful Claire Hanrahan, who has been a driving force in the creation of this lovely oasis of peace where we're all gathered. Claire?
Thank you, Ellie. Y'all feel my heart. This garden is full of life. Life in the midst of crumbling asphalt and disappearing open spaces. This garden is rising up out of the endangered earth. And war is killing us all. The bombs are falling on all of us now. So I'm particularly happy to be among the Veterans for Peace, to be among all of you who strive every day, all day, in many ways to bring peace to the world. I guess there's Kathleen, welcome. So many of you over so many years have given so much of your time. I'm so glad you're here in this little garden. This is our effort, this is our humble effort to give the earth a chance. Thank you.
So what we can do now is the reading of the WNC People's Declaration of Peace. And this will be read by Jerry Weirhan. When I call your name, if you would come up, please. Jerry Weirhan, Ann Craig, Amy Cantrell, my husband Ed Sacco, and Brian Hayes. Where is Brian?
WNC People's Declaration of Peace for 2022. End Racism, Build Peace. Whereas each year, International Day of Peace is observed around the world on September 21st, the United Nations General Assembly has declared this as a day devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace through observing at least 24 hours of nonviolence and ceasefire. And
whereas the theme of the 2022 International Day of Peace is End Racism, Build Peace, the people of peace in Western North Carolina urge leaders to initiate reparations to those in our communities who have been left out of generational wealth gains because of racial discrimination. And
whereas local, regional, and national governments are called upon to transition to an economy based on justice and sustainability, people of peace urge developments that go to homegrown businesses that pay livable wages with jobs that actually create peace. And
whereas governments are responsible for making wise decisions, people of peace urge our leaders to hear calls from home and around the world of peace, especially for the dismantling of nuclear weapons and negotiations among countries involved in the Ukraine and other conflicts around the world. And
whereas communities thrive when they feel safe. People of peace urge public safety departments to be non-militarized, use of force minimized, and de-escalation maximized, and can we say abolition?
Yeah.
And whereas communities desire to protect planet Earth's land, air, water, and climate, people of peace urge utilization of clean, renewable energy in our homes, businesses, government buildings, schools, churches, and transportation modes. And
whereas residents want their children, families, and communities protected from violence, the people of peace urge enactment of responsible gun violence prevention laws and regulation. And
whereas communities prefer to spend more on education, healthcare, housing, and environment, the people of peace urge less be spent on militarization at the federal and local levels. And
Whereas a prosperous community is the goal of all residents of Western North Carolina, we, the people of peace, envision cities and towns where all natives and immigrants are equipped to reap the harvest of a just and peaceful community, county, state, country, and world every day of the year.
therefore, we the people of Western North Carolina hereby designate Wednesday, September 21st, 2022 as our 13th annual International Day of Peace in Western North Carolina, and urge our brothers and sisters to take necessary actions such as protesting, resisting, and contacting elected leaders regarding transparency and legislation, so we can all end racism and build peace at home and around the world.
Signed, Asheville Friends Meeting. Beloved Asheville. Carolina Jews for Justice. Creative Peacemaker. The Church and Society Committee of Central United Methodist Church. Dances of Universal Peace. Elder and Sage Community Gardens. Ethical Humanist Society of Asheville Board. Firestorm Books and Coffee. First Congregational United Church of Christ, Asheville. Let's see. Oh, Friends Committee for National Legislation Advocacy Team of Western North Carolina. Healthcare for All, WNC. Oh, Jubilee Community. Just Peace for Israel, Palestine. Land of the Sky, United Church of Christ, Asheville. Sahara Peace Choir. St. Eugene's Catholic Church. Veterans for Peace, Western North Carolina. Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Asheville. WNC for Peace. Women Movers. Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, U.S. Disarm and War Committee.
It's my thrill to introduce Rhoda Weaver. I think she is my favorite songster or singer in all of Asheville. I met her when she was busking downtown, and since that time she has performed at Alive After 5. So she's moving up in the world. And I think you're going to be quite happy when she speaks to us today through song. Rhoda, would you like to come forward?
Let there
peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father. Brothers all are we. Let there be peace on earth, and let it be. We're trying to work through good warm up. Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Wouldn't it be nice if we all decided to do that? All right, y'all, I'm gonna try to make it through this song. So y'all pray for me. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Ooh, imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us and the world will be as one. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you so very much. We're here today to celebrate peace. Peace must begin within. But what heart can rest in peace while others are so sorely treated? Inner peace requires action. It asks us, what can I do from where I am? Our Peacemaker of the Year award is Ponkho Bermejo, a man who understands this call to action. He is an artist, an activist, a photographer, a media expert. He's active in justice campaigns, a musician, songwriter, photographer. He is an all-inclusive community organizer, creating neighborhood fiestas to foster a sense of community and teaching the young about their cultural roots. We give this young man our thanks. I'm looking for him. We give this young man heartfelt thanks for the part he plays in helping others and recognize him as our 2022 International Day of Peace Peacemaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I feel very grateful to be here and more in this space and with all these flowers and all this decoration, natural decoration. So, my mama usually told me that if I don't have nothing to say, then if my action was no bigger than the things that I have to say, then it's better to be quiet. So I hope that my actions talk louder than what I can say right now. I believe in different things. One of the biggest things that I believe is in, by extension. What I mean by that is, Martha that is here, the son of her was helping us in the pandemic to deliver food, to deliver diapers, and we do different events for kids. And one day, the son of Martha, Manuel, decided to go to El Salvador and replicate what we are doing here and celebrate a birthday in El Salvador. So by extension, I'm happy. So by extension, this belongs to you too, Martha. And walking here, I saw Red Moon, and one of the best memories that I have of Red Moon is when she used to come to the house in the black truck, and one day it was snow everywhere. It was probably January, and every Monday for many years we went to pick up food in Hot Foods and later distribute in the senior center that now is called Grove Community Center, I think. And I remember there was no cars. It was only me and her in the truck, picking up food and delivering food in the community, rescuing food and delivering food in the community. So by extension, this belongs to you too. And walking here, I saw Claire, and I remember the day that I met Claire. I met you here, like almost beside this garden. I saw a big sign in the floor, and I think, what is this sign? And I read what say there, and I take this, and I'm gonna take a picture with a sign. And I remember Claire running from here, hey, it's my sign, hey. And I said, oh, I'm completely I completely in the same page than you. So can you take a picture with me? Well, this happened like 6-7 years ago, and we take a picture together. And from there, like when we start talking more and we decide to become partners in the garden, I remember then I have one of my best birthday celebration was in this garden. When I turned 35, I decided to come and build a ramp because we know there is a lot of people not in wheelchairs. So I built a ramp from the inside of this door to this part.
Thank
And-
you. Thank you.
So I can tell you that was one of the best celebrations that I haven't had. And I was saying like, all the welcoming that I feel in this place made me create different pieces of art. Like this moon that is already a little twisted and is there. When I made it, it was a moon, and I say the only person that knows that is Claire. I say to Claire, then they represent my daughter. I haven't seen my daughter in 14 years. So for this, to have this moon right here, the name of my daughter is Int'l. Int'l is the goddess of the moon and the pregnancy. So this is in memory of my daughter. So it's where I came to celebrate the birthday of my daughter. So it was very powerful for everybody to let me have this art, this piece of art here. So by extension, this belongs to you too. And I think that for me, it's powerful because there's a lot of people here that I respect a lot. It's a lot of you that I see you walking and doing the things. So for me, it's an honor to be here. And I can tell you that in the middle of the pandemic, when it was very hard, and we saw a lot of people dying, and a lot of people losing their work, and a lot of people being kicked out from the house, from their houses. I remember one of the best memories that I have of the middle of the pandemic was the daughter of Anna. The daughter of Anna at the time was 5 years old. So 5 years old, and she was helping us to make boxes to deliver to the neighbors, to deliver food to the neighbors and to deliver diapers to the neighbors. And later we create clinical vaccinations in the place that she worked in Biscuit Head. So we turned the restaurant in a vaccination clinic. So when I was seeing this, we was in different neighborhoods around the county, and what made me have a lot of hope is seeing this new generation being involved in doing the thing. So when I came here and I think, oh, here is the power, I can tell you there is a lot of hope. I see the hope in the middle of the pandemic because it's all these kids and youth that is growing with the intention of living community. And I think there is no better place to say and talk about community than this garden. This garden is what represents community. I remember when they tried to build the other garden right there. It's empty now. Only this talk about the power of we. I remember the day that I started believing in the power of we. Before I used to think, oh, these people have to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm in the back, right? They can do it. They can sing, they can march, whatever. And I remember the moment that I started believing that we are the people. When I start believing, I'm feeling it. Is when change, we start making bigger change. So I think that a lot of us know that we are the people. Only I can tell you that the new generation already know that they are the people. It's a lot of hope. So thank you so much, and yeah, it's all I can say.
Would you like to say a few comments about the honor roll for us, please, Rachel?
This is a new practice this year. Hopefully, we will be able to add more names each year. This year, we are honoring 4 people for decades and decades of service to the peace cause.
Can you hold that to your mouth, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Shall I repeat? Or anyway, these people have dedicated their life to peace, and we could not thank them enough. Asheville has such a rich history of trying to bring about peace locally and in the world. Sometimes our elected people aren't quite on the same page, but we do our best to get the message across. Look at the crowd that we have today. We have, I think, more people than we normally have at this event. We're growing, and we can't thank the elders, those who have given so much of their lives. So again,
We're not giving you much, but we do give you our honor and our love. Thank you.
Our first recipient of the WNC Peace Day Honor Roll is Dr. Louis Patry. Thank you for all you do and all you have done. The next person on our honor roll is Jim Brown. Thank you, Jim, so very much. And then we'll need to tear you away from your technology. The next person on the WNC Peace Day honor roll is Ellen Thomas. Thank you so much, Ellen.
Thank you.
And last, but definitely not least, is Jerry Weirhand. Thank you very much. We have to take a look here and see where we are. We seem to be ahead of schedule. So, does everyone have a sheet of paper that looks like this? These quotations are intended to empower us, have inspired generations, give us hope for peace, and call on us to treat all humans with fairness and dignity. All humans. We'll read the quotes until we hear the drumbeat and then have closing remarks before singing. Please join me in the reading of these quotations if you wish. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King. Racism will disappear when it's no longer profitable and no longer psychologically useful. When that happens, it'll be gone. Not everything that's faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until we face it. You can't separate peace from freedom because no one can be at peace unless he has freedom. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. Booker T. Washington. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King. Ignorance allied with power is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. Do we not see that today? There's no such thing as race. None. There is just a human race. Scientifically, anthropologically, racism is a construct, a social construct, and it has benefits. Money can be made of it. People who don't like themselves can feel better because of it. It can describe certain kinds of behavior that are wrong or misleading. So it has a social function, racism. Toni Morrison. So scary are the consequences of white privilege that many Americans have flocked to a political platform that supports and translates violence against the defenseless as strength. These people are not so much angry as terrified, with the kind of terror that makes knees tremble. Toni Morrison. I love this one. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Shirley Chisholm. The very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. We will, at some point, encounter hurdles to gaining access and entry, moving up and conquering self-doubt. But on the other side is the capacity to own opportunity and tell our own story. Stacey Abrams, thank you. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and to change the world. Harriet Tubman. I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. Angela Davis. No person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. Alice Walker. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Nelson Mandela. If we do not know meaningfully, our actions will move in misleading directions. Angela Davis. Ours is not the struggle of one day, 1 week, or 1 year. Ours is the struggle of one judicial appointment or presidential term. Ours is the struggle of a lifetime, or maybe even many lifetimes. And each one of us is, in every generation, must do our part. John Lewis. I had no idea that history was being made. I was just tired of giving up. Rosa Parks. If your success is defined as being well adjusted to injustice and well adapted to indifference, then we don't want successful leaders. We want great leaders who love the people enough and respect the people enough to be unbought, unbold, unafraid, and unintimidated to tell the truth. Dr. Cornel West. Aha, thank you. The beauty of anti-racism is that you don't have to be free of racism to be anti-racist. Anti-racism is the commitment to fight racism wherever you find it, including in yourself. It's the only way forward. Ejimo Alu. Won't it be wonderful when Black history and Native American history and Jewish history and all of U.S. history is taught from one book? Just U.S. history? That was Maya Angelou. Racism is man's gravest threat to man, the maximum of hatred for a minimum of reason. Abraham Joshua Herschel. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Martin Luther King. Wonderful. Well, shall we start with another song? These are yours to take home, and I hope these will be useful and empower us. Rhoda?
Thank you. This song means a lot to me. I sang it when I was a teenager, and I would sing it at church. And I know that not everyone here is of the same faith, but this song references Jesus, and we all can agree that Jesus was a teacher who definitely promoted peace. You didn't have to leave the glory of heaven, but you became a simple man. You didn't have to serve the poor and afflicted, but you touched and healed their brokenness. No greater love has been given. You became the ultimate sacrifice. Create in me the heart of a servant. Lord, let this be my soul's desire. Show me how to love in the true meaning of the word, and teach me to sacrifice, expecting nothing in return. I want to give my life away, becoming more like you each and every day. My words are not enough. Please show me how to love. You saw a bruised and battered woman with hungry children on the streets. And then I heard you ask in that still small voice, what have you done for the least of these? Lord, consume me with a burning fire that melts away my complacency. Then let me be moved with love and compassion, that someone will find the way in me. Show me how to love in the true meaning of the word, and teach me to sacrifice, expecting nothing in return. I want to give my life away, becoming more like you each and every day. My words are not enough. Please show me how to love, and open up my eyes that I might really see more and more and more of you and less of me. By loving the unlovable and touching the untouchable, let my actions speak louder than my words. Show me how to love in the true meaning of the word, and teach me to sacrifice, expecting nothing in return. I want to give my life away, becoming more like you each and every day. My words are not enough. Please show me how to love. My words are not enough. Please show me how to love. Thank you.
Now, I believe Jerry wanted to say something. Is that accurate? No? Oh, this Jerry, not that Jerry. Okay.
Is here. He that got honored today, as he so worked so tirelessly, so deserves. He's with BeLoved, And BeLoved is the most awesome nonprofit in Asheville. I have had the privilege of volunteering and will continue to volunteer. I encourage you to get involved. They're building an awesome tiny village to help defeat homelessness. It's incredible. They're the nonprofit that you dream of that isn't sitting up in offices making decisions. Their feet are on the pavement. They work tirelessly day and night, 7 days a week. If you can't help with your time, please consider supporting them financially. They do so much for our amazing Latino community, for homeless people, and on and on. And they're such an asset to our community. And Ponkho contributed so much to this garden and continues doing so much. He's amazing. I'm so proud to call him a friend. And please keep BeLoved in your mind when you're ready to give some money and give your time and love. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think BeLoved is extremely inspiring, and I wrote a little poem that I wasn't going to read because I'm not a poet, but I'll share it with you anyway. Beloved peace. Searching for peace within, I must have peace in my heart. To be a peacemaker, see no stranger, love thy neighbor, love the child alone, practice compassion, love without limits. A heart filled with peace is a heart with endless space for love.
Thank you.
Inspired by BeLoved Asheville. All right, we're nearing the closing of our program today. We leave the legacy, because our schedule got a little mixed up. The legacy I refer to is the legacy given to us by the people that wrote those quotations. We leave the legacy of these words to you all to bring peace, justice, equality, and love as we strive to be our best selves. Rosa Parks said, "Without vision, the people will perish, and without courage and inspiration, dreams will die, the dream of freedom and peace." I say to you and to myself, be that inspiration, be that courage, dare to dream. It is you, each and every one of you, the all-inclusive us, that make Asheville a place beautiful to be. Thank you for who you are and for caring about peace for everyone everywhere. I was asked to remind you that the dance group Women Movers, directed by Kathy Myers at Asheville School, will be performing a dance dedicated to peace outside of the Art Museum immediately following our program. There's one more thing before we disperse. International Day of Peace would not happen without the hard work of one special peacemaker. And we would like to say thank you. Don't walk away, girl. Rachel, can you join us here? I was going to say put your hands together for Rachel, but you did it without hesitation. Rachel, you're my hero. Like mines, is that what's happening? Thank you so much. It is. And that was the closest I could get to a peace rose. If you've ever seen the rose that's called a peace rose, it has that blush on the edges and is yellow in the center. So that was as close as we could get. But thank you again to everyone for coming. The bells will ring in a moment. Apparently there's some activity down at the Art Museum, and I encourage you all to stay a moment and talk to one another, because I don't think you'll find a lovelier group anywhere in Asheville. Thank you for coming.